Good morning, Sales Academy followers, listeners, fans on Facebook, podcasters, YouTubers, the work. So I'm sat at a client just before some management training happening today down at the Awesome Cat & Co in Llanelli. So something that came up yesterday in a number of conversations, and it's funny because I saw a meme at the start of the day that really triggered this thought process. And I thought I'm going to do a podcast yesterday. But Tuesdays back to back with coaching clients. So there's certain days of the week and stuff that I've got some real structure in, and other days where I've got more freedom to live my life and be with the kid and other things. So Mondays, Tuesdays are always back to back, right? And so I chose not to yesterday. So I thought I'd finish it and start today with this podcast. And the kind of theme was around reframe and reclaim, right? Reframe and reclaim. And it all came from a meme I saw yesterday morning, which was like, you didn't have a bad day. You had a bad 10 seconds, a bad 10 minutes, and you chose to wallow in it. And that really got me thinking, the amount of times that I've allowed my thinking, my emotional intelligence to drop, my thought process, my feelings, more importantly, of something that's happened, a situation, or somebody's said something or done something, or I've said or done something, or I've not said and done something, but that's caused a ripple effect, right? Something's happened or not happened that's caused an issue. And when that issues are right, like it could be an email that comes in your inbox and you go, shit, I haven't actioned that. And it's like, it just hits you for six. It's like a punch in the stomach and you're like, oh God. And then that little wormhole opens up and suddenly you're going deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into this kind of state of mind where you just end up ruining your day. But that's a choice. And I've chosen to go there many times. And I work on my kind of emotional intelligence muscle, if you like, because it is like a muscle. You're constantly looking at, I am constantly looking at how I respond and react to situations and everything else, and the feelings and how long I stay in the state. And I've been doing this for years. And there isn't a perfect, you see all these motivational speakers and that sort, and it's not about always being positive and always being up. But yeah, positive thoughts can have a massive impact. Of course they do. But everybody has negative thoughts. Everybody has wormholes. Everybody has these moments where they just unconsciously go somewhere. So it's about becoming aware of it so that you can do something about it, right? It's about becoming aware that you're thinking those thoughts, you're having those feelings, and catching yourself in the moment and going, hang on a sec, this is like a 10 seconds in the grand scheme of life, right? It's a tiny little thing. Why am I allowing this to bother me so much? So I can take action on it. I can do some stuff. I can put it off. I can schedule it in to do it and take action. I can communicate, set boundaries. I can manage expectations. There's loads of things I could do to get myself out of that space and deal with customers, deal with issues, deal with family members, whatever it might be, and manage everything suitably, right? And sensitively and sensibly. But you didn't have a bad day. You just had a bad 10 seconds, a bad 10 minutes, and you chose to wallow in it. And I'm like, people don't like to hear that because it's like, oh, it's not my fault. I didn't. But you're allowing yourself to go in that pattern of thinking. You're allowing yourself to go, oh, it's not fair. And this is the kind of conversation that came up yesterday on a couple of occasions. And one of the ladies I was speaking to yesterday is a fantastic solution-focused hypnotherapist. And she's putting together loads of training videos at the moment for part of her content. And it's incredible because her attitude and approach to this is, and I've studied lots of therapies over the years and different things, and I've been around psychology and behaviors and people. That's been my business, my industry for years, right? And it's fascinating how many of the kind of tools that are out there, when I say tools, I'm probably talking people as well as processes, right? The tools that are out there that hold people in the space they're in, that are always looking reflectively. You can let's go back to your childhood. There's probably an issue. And I get it. Don't get me wrong. There are deep, deep issues there sometimes. But actually, how long do we want to spend dwelling on the past? How long do we want to spend repeating when actually we could just change our thought process and focus on, do we want to feel that way anymore? Well, okay, so what can we do differently? How do we want to feel, more importantly? And what would that look like, feel like, and sound like? And if we did feel like that already, if we got up in the morning and we felt like that already, what would our day be like? And you start to visualize and you start to train your brain in that process of moving forward, as opposed to always looking back retrospectively, going to your massive past box and making decisions on things in the past that are not relevant anymore. You are not the person you were in the past. Your thoughts, your identities, your values, your beliefs, they're different. They're different. So why would you consider making decisions in today's world, today's eyes, based on the person you were 20 years ago. You know, my goals change massively over the time. They've changed as I've grown up, and I expect them to, because my ideals, my desires, my dreams change. So again, I don't want to be working on the same goals I was working on when I was 20, because I've evolved as a human. I want different things, right? So it's the same with our kind of pattern of thinking. And I'll put Angie's contact details on this podcast, actually, because I'd really love you to check her out and have a conversation with you. Because if you know anyone that's struggling with stuff, whether it be phobias and all that kind of standard stuff that she does, but massively around relationships, she does a lot of work with people in relationships and couples and stuff. And it's like, there's patterns of behavior that are sabotaging them. And there's so much focus on, oh, let's go back to your past to see why, when a lot of us don't even want to go there. So let's put that time and energy into moving forward and changing and creating new habits, new identities, new ways of behaving, new patterns of thinking that are going to drive us forward and support us in today's world, how we want to be now, not how we want to be 20 years ago. So she's Ace. She's lovely. And she's like me, a straight talker. She'll say it as it is. And she's absolutely brilliant at what she does. Because we have a choice, right? And we talk similar things, Ange and I, you know, awareness, choice, and change. First, to become aware that you're feeling about something, and that leads you to the choice. And then you can make that choice. Do you want to stay the same or change? And that's where it splits. That's where it comes multiple choice. And change is scary for some, but to me, not as scary as staying the same for the next 15 years with the same challenges, same problems. That's terrifying. So I embrace change. I love change. So yeah, you didn't have a bad day. You just had 10 seconds, 10 minutes, and you chose to allow it to ruin the rest of your day. Think about that for a minute, guys, and just take that forward. And if you want to talk, come and have a chat. You know, if you want to bounce some of this off, if you want to debate this, I'd love to have a conversation with you about it. So Adam Brooks Sales Academy, there's our musing for today. Thanks for listening, guys.